Good morning, my neighbors. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Okay, sorry. Let's get started. Let's go straight to the tutorial. What I think you're going to need for this tutorial, you're going to need an interfacing, which is called stay in my country. You're going to get a bowl. Want to cook something? Okay. Just a small piece of fabric with you, like depending on how many people you want to make it for. But let's go with less than half yard. So you're going to need your thread and needle. You're going to need your scissors, a pair of scissors, and that will be all. So for this tutorial, you need a soft stay. So trace your ceramic bowl on the soft stay. You can use a pencil to just trace around it and cut it out. And your stay or interfacing has two sides. It has the side that has the gum or that has a shiny part that will glue to the glue. So you want to place the shining part on the wrong side of the fabric. So you can place your interfacing on your fabric. Can be Ankara, just not any material that is too thick. If it's too thick, then it's going to obstruct air movement. So then you iron it on it and you divide to have that circle. Then make sure that it's properly ironed so that it does not remove, or and your iron is not too hot, because if it's too hot then it might not glue properly or neatly. You have folds on your fabric, so you iron it into two, also into two equal halves, and you divide with your scissors. So you have two like semi moon or half moon. I don't know. Well, that is allowed. Then you iron both sides to prevent any rough sides and just to make it neat. Put your thread in your needle and sew across the curve part of your fabric of your half moon. So permit him to call it that. So you sew around the curve parts, not the straight parts. Make sure you take your time. You can sew as many times. You can use your thread to sew it as many, or stitch it rather, as many times as possible. But if you don't really know much about stitching, you can just stitch it straight. Just stitch it straight and can stitch like 2-3 times, just so that there's no place that is missing by the time you turn your fabric. So when you're done stitching, you turn it inside out to the right side and you press it with your iron so that it's properly laid, and any excess thickness or so it's properly laid. Make sure your iron is not too hot. You don't want to burn your clothes, or you don't want to make your fabric up. Then you fold into two. Fold that way. Fold your fabric, your half moon. You already sewn half moon into two again, so that you're having like the whole thing into 1/4 of the parts. So then you press it with your iron again. You can see I'm going to show you how to fold it again, put it inside. Then you're going to just fold that straight part, our initial straight part, that is not the curved part of your half moon. You're going to fold it just small and stitch it so that your thread doesn't show at the back, because that will be where your rough work is going to be. So you're going to sew at that, just stitch it at that part, just stitch it down, but make sure it's not showing your stitches or your needlework is not showing at the back of your face mask. So you don't want it to show. You just stitch it neatly. You can fold by 1/2 inch. You can also use a sewing machine to. The sewing machine is easier. You can sew it that same way, but in case you don't have a sewing machine, then use your thread and needle. It's also efficient. Just make sure before you insert your thread to your fabric or to your clothes or to your face mask, make sure you've properly tied the end part of the thread so that it does not remove. Or so make sure you properly tie it at that end so that it does not get loose. Then you press it with your iron also so that it's neat and not crooked. So here you go, you have your face mask. Now you want to attach your elastic. If you don't have a small elastic, you can get a big one and attach from one end of the nose mask to the other straight. So you can use, for this particular type, you can use your cut an elastic of 7 inches and place your elastic on each other. Make sure your fingers on it and don't pin yourself. Also be careful with the needle. So you're going to tack, try and tack as many times as you can. Then I didn't have to fold my threads like twice. I just did that once, so it does not have to be like extra thick. If you want, you can make so yeah, here you go. Make sure you tie the part you're going to cut properly. You don't want it to loose. Tie it properly as many times as you can and cut the excess off. There you go. Then press that triangle, just a small part of the tip of your face mask. Just press it in and tack again. See, you don't really have to like tie that much, so you can just tie twice or 3 times and tack it in. So you can just stitch slantly. You can see the way I'm stitching the tip part of the face mask to the main body of the face mask. So you can even make it in an X form. You can cross it, so just give it a design, just have that design on the front of your face mask. So this particular face mask should take you roughly 15 minutes maximum, even say maximum. So if you want to make, this is like for, it's perfect for my face shape and should I say face size too. But if you want to make for someone younger, you can just get a smaller bowl. Get a smaller ceramic plate and just carve it out. Let's make a circle. There you go. And that is our face mask. Isn't that beautiful? So, okay. And you're good to go. That is me rocking the face mask. So welcome back. So if you like a nose mask, I can also make other types. So if you like the DIY, subscribe, comment, turn on your post notification. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.